Hello, hello, my lovely angels. This is your girl Sim back with another episode of the Sim Squad. Hi! Another day, another haul. So I'm planning to take like a few days off from work so I can finish up all my pending hauls and then I can start doing the compilations, which I've been promising you guys for such a long time. I'm so sorry, but I'll get it done soon. I've promised it, I will deliver it. So let's start with the first perfume for today, and it is from Paris Corner. Its brother was a 10 out of 10 for me. It was the Mysterium. It was Mysterium. And now we have Cosmic Giardino. That's the packaging. It's gorgeous. I feel these look very goth. But this perfume is not goth at all. So this is the bottle. It's very close to the Mysterium. That's the top. It's gorgeous. And of course, this was again for me, love at first sniff. Now, a lot of people will consider this to be slightly masculine leaning, but in my opinion, this is like a perfect unisex, fresh, tropical coconut perfume. It's actually a little bit aromatic coconut. Why? Because it smells like Le Beau Paradise Garden by Jean-Paul Gaultier. On Fragrantica, as of now, it's got 5 out of 5, but that's because there are very few votes. It retails for only $35 for 100 ml. Let me tell you I'm trying to structure my videos a little bit better, so I'm going to tell you all the details first, then I'll give you my opinion, and then I'll give you the statistics again. So the top notes are coconut, sea salt, and fig. Heart notes of geranium, lavender and violet, and the base notes of sandalwood, ambroxan and tonka. I tried so hard not to say things in between. So I want to say stuff, and then now I can talk freely. So of course, when you think about fig, coconut, sea salt, lavender, oh my god, geranium, it's like a soapy geranium in this, but not too soapy. And the sandalwood is super creamy along with that tonka bean, and the ambroxan is there just to support all the notes and make the perfume last longer, but not really ambroxaning, if you know what I mean, because it can really get to my head and I can get headaches and stuff, So this is a gorgeous, gorgeous coconut, fig and sea salt. Think of that. The middle notes of geranium, lavender, violet. Violet maybe a little bit of that bitter green quality, but not really, it's very muted. And geranium and lavender, it's adding this coolness to the perfume, it's adding some cold to the perfume. But mainly what I'm smelling is coconut, fig, sea salt with sandalwood and tonka. That's what I smell mostly in this perfume, along with the lavender as the aromatic. Cosmic Giardino definitely smells like a sun-drenched tropical vacation. I've been talking about tropical vacations a lot. Maybe I need to take another vacation. I do detect a little bit of a lactonic note in the complete dry down, but it feels a little fluid and comforting. That's all. It's not really there as lactones, but it's the same kind of lactone I get from Lactea Divina. Don't get scared, please. I know, when I say these things, these are subtle things that I notice. Maybe you will not notice this at all when you're smelling it in the air, right? But I do feel there's a 1% of that lactones from Lactea Divina. This is like a tropical summer fragrance that does not feel too light or too bright or too fresh. It definitely smells like a tropical vacation, but it does have some kind of weight to it because of that sandalwood and tonka in the base. So Cosmic Giardino does feel elevated, modern, and quietly innovative. I know it's inspired by a perfume, but it still feels a little innovative because it does not smell like your usual tropical summer fragrance. It is fresh, creamy and gentle at the same time. There's no harshness in this at all, in any way or form. It's creamy aquatic, if that makes sense. Creamy aquatic and aromatic. Of course I love it. I love it. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. No doubt in my mind that I'll be using this perfume up throughout the summer, because this is something that will uplift my spirit. Although I'm stuck in 50 degrees Celsius heat in Dubai, which was, by the way, record-breaking temperature in the month of May, because May is supposed to be a transition month into summer, and June, July, August are the peak summer. But right now we have hit temperatures which was 51 point something Celsius in May. So yeah, the Cosmic Giardino is definitely going to keep me company during this horrible heat wave that we've been having in Dubai. Spring, summer, no Middle Eastern vibe. Projection I would say is like 2 feet, and the longevity is definitely 7+ hours, but I don't want to say 8 hours because it'll stop projecting too much. I've already told you my rating, it's a 10 out of 10. The celebrity I thought was Henry Golding. It is a little exotic. It is like, I know I chose a guy, but please do like know that this is a very easy perfume for either genders to wear. The color perception for this is coconut cream. The temperature is neutral and the presence is moderate. Since we are doing Paris Corner perfumes, I want to get this one out of the way as well. This is the Affogato Al Caffe, and we kind of know what this is going to smell like. It smells like Cafe Amore or Amore Cafe by Mancera. I just love the way this packaging opens. Look at that. Affogato Al Caffe is definitely a coffee gourmand. Now I know this DNA has been inspired or created by each and every Middle Eastern brand that you can think of. Now in this case, this is like the least coffee heavy out of all of them. Oh wait, I'm supposed to tell you the things first, right? Ugh. So it's not listed on Fragrantica just as yet. The top notes are coffee, heart notes of jasmine, heliotrope and benzoin, and the base notes of caramel, vanilla and dry woods. Coffee is the least coffeeing in this perfume out of all the inspirations for Amore Cafe. This smells to me more like white florals, caramel and vanilla with a hint of milky coffee, not the coffee note. Have you ever tried the Affogato? If you have not, you can make it at home as well, right? This smells like you took like a lot of vanilla ice cream, but the gelato, yeah, not like cheap ice cream, and then you put a shot of half a shot of your espresso, and then you drizzle some hot caramel on top. Now if you can imagine that smell of Affogato, take that picture I gave you, but take that as only, let's say 35%, and the rest of it is white florals and a very airy vanilla. I don't know how to explain it to you better, but this vanilla is not heavy weighed down version. This is a very light, fluffy, airy version. So that Affogato actually is just 35% in here. The rest of it is florals and vanilla. I smell tonka bean also, by the way, in the dry down. So there is definitely vanilla, caramel, tonka bean, white florals, all of these like playing around with each other. And the coffee is not like coffee, you know, it's like coffee, like just a whisper. The restraint in this perfume sets itself apart from the rest of the inspirations. I hope I made sense and I hope you can understand how the perfume smells like. And I would love to wear this in all seasons, to be honest with you, but I would probably like wear it like in the evenings in spring, summer as well. So right now it's a very comforting scent. This is definitely unisex, but I would prefer this on a woman. No Middle Eastern vibe. The projection is around 1 to 2 feet. It doesn't project like loudly or doesn't like create a huge sillage. The longevity I would say is approximately 7 hours. It does stay as a skin scent for a very long time. My rating for this I would say is an 8 out of 10. Just because of the lack of innovation and because I'm so tired of the DNA, I might probably never buy this perfume again, or maybe like out of all the ones that I have, I might choose one, but I will decide later which one I want, you know. The celebrity I chose for this is Marion Cotillard. Graceful, quiet, you know, very like restrained in some way. The color perception for this is a cafe cream. The temperature is neutral and the presence is mild. What do we have next? Okay, let's do this one first. Okay. So Naeem sent me a few perfumes, yeah. They sent me I think 3 perfumes and I'm going to review 2 of them today. So this is from their new collection and this one is called Leen. Now I've been seeing the pink one everywhere. The pink bottle is everywhere. You'll recognize it. One sec. Let me open it without trying to... Let me try to open this safely. Oh, yeah. That's the bottle. It's a mirror and this is the bottle. I saved this so I could open it in front of you guys. So it's a mirror. So yeah, that's the bottle, and of course it has like a milky liquid inside. If you know Naeem perfumes, they're non-alcoholic perfumes. So it appears as this milky liquid on your skin, and when it dries, it's very creamy, by the way. So like, it's nice to actually put it on your skin. And trust me, that's why I'm not spraying this on a strip, because I learned this the hard way. You cannot spray Naeem perfumes on a spray or your clothes and get the right feeling for the perfume. So this is a fruity floral. The notes sound very much like Dama Bianca, but I don't think this is like even remotely close to it. The top notes are quince, grapefruit and white flowers. Middle notes of hyacinth, jasmine, sambac, iris and sandalwood. And the base notes of white musk, cedarwood and amber. I don't know, to me this smells like a original creation. I don't know if you can notice or not, but can you see the other hand and how this hand is? So it kind of gives your skin like this shine as well because of the oil content in it. Leen opens with like this gentle burst of quince and grapefruit, not really very prominent, but it dissipates like super quickly. Like you can smell a little bit of freshness there in the background, but it's not really a prominent note profile, yeah? The note profile which is the strongest in this is the white florals. The fruits in here, they don't have any kind of sharpness, or that sparkle is not there. It's like that. It's like, again, very, very muted, quiet and moderate. After the top notes settle down, it becomes like this haze of a dreamy floral bouquet. It is linear, but in the best way possible. It's comforting, it's creamy, it's ethereal. Like not one flower sticks out, so you can't really, you know, for me, I can kind of say like the white florals are something I can detect in the perfume, but the rest of it, like hyacinth, iris, all these I don't. It does literally smell like a bouquet of flowers, and just imagine the bouquet to be with those white and lavender or purple colored flowers. In the base, of course, you have the white musk, you have the sandalwood, you have like this creamy woody feeling of sandalwood. Like it's silky, it's creamy. It definitely does smell a little vintage. It smells lotion like, you know, the vintage lotion like. By the way, I have very, very, very sensitive skin, so I'm not gonna spray this on my skin directly when I've not moisturized my skin, right? Very traditionally feminine, very creamy lotion like. No Middle Eastern vibe. Definitely spring summer. The projection is 1 foot, I would say. It's very like close to the skin, and you won't really smell it projecting a lot. Longevity, I would say, is around 6 hours. With alcohol-free perfumes, don't expect crazy longevity and things like that. It'll stay very close to your skin and you'll smell it throughout the day, but it will not have like crazy projection at all. My rating for this is a 9 out of 10. I really, really, really do like it. By the way, out of all the Naeem perfumes I've tried so far, this is probably my favorite as of now. The celebrity I chose for this is Emma Watson. Why? Is because, again, she's very modestly feminine, but she's at the same time, she has like a presence about her which is very consistent, but she's very, very moderate, like, and modest. Like, I don't know, those are the words that come to my mind when I think about her. The color perception for this, I would say, is ivory. The temperature is neutral and the presence is very, very mild. Next, we have another one from Naeem, and this is called French Vanilla. And obviously, when I heard French Vanilla, I was like, please God, let it not be Bianco Latte. And I don't know why, when I opened this box, I did not expect this bottle. I thought it's going to be a bottle that looks like this, you know, like some fancy stuff, you know. And I was pleasantly surprised to see this bottle because it's cute. This is again $35 for 100 ml. Guys, if I'm forgetting to tell you the prices, I will keep it on the screen for you anyhow, yeah. This is again a fruity floral. It's not listed on Fragrantica. And this is supposed to smell like Le Male Elixir by Jean-Paul Gaultier. And this one definitely leans a little masculine. Top notes are lavender, artemisia, bergamot and cardamom. Middle notes of cinnamon, cumin, lily of the valley and spearmint. And the base notes of musk, vanilla, drywoods, tobacco and benzoin. When I first sprayed this, it was undoubtedly a very aromatic, fresh opening. I can smell the artemisia. Artemisia, which is mugwort, is one of my favorite essential oils, you know. I have like a lot of skincare that has artemisia in it as well. I think it's from or is it Misha? Misha, I think it's from Misha. So I am very familiar with the scent and I really like it. So I could definitely smell the artemisia, but mixed with very prominent lavender. So from the opening itself, it's very masculine. And of course, you have your bergamot and cardamom combination, which you know, like it gives this fresh, cold burst to the perfume. I can also smell like a tad bit of mint in the opening. It's like a cold, minty, like a mint chewing gum. Like it's literally like a mint chewing gum. So there's unmistakably mint as well in the opening. And that mint note continues throughout the perfume and keeps the perfume a little vibrant. So while this is drying down, you start smelling the spices, but like just the right amount. It's not going to overwhelm you and make the perfume smell spicy. You have your cinnamon and cumin over here. Oh wait, they have listed it. They've listed spearmint in the middle note. But that's like, I start smelling it like right from the get-go. Now after 5 minutes more, 5 to 7 minutes, let's just say, the perfume evolves completely into a base that is your amber, vanilla, and a hint of tobacco as well. Can you imagine the change in the entire chemistry of the perfume? It started off like with this fresh, wet, aromatic perfume, and now it's ending in a very dark vanilla tobacco fragrance. Now it's turning warm, mysterious, and even like I would say slightly smoky, very, very ever so slightly smoky. Don't be scared of the tobacco in here. Tobacco, maybe 2% in the entire perfume. I always say, like, so tobacco comes in like different forms. Sometimes the tobacco can be a little harsh, a little sharp. That's when you feel like it's smelling like a cigar lounge or something. Sometimes it smells like this, where it smells like the tobacco is actually sweet and it's like the leaf which is not too dry. And I'm assuming that's because of the combination of amber, vanilla along with the tobacco note. Anyhow, you will smell it. When you try this perfume, you'll remember my words. It'll make sense to you. So yes, from the opening till the dry down, this perfume is like super dynamic. It changes completely and you're like, what's going on? But you know that little freshness from the opening, that mintiness, the aromatics, it continues. It subdues a little bit, but it stays throughout the perfume. And that's why like this is like a very well balanced, and I know this is going to be a very well loved perfume. Maybe I'm not seeing it much, or maybe I'm just blind. I don't know. But I've not been seeing this around and I'm surprised. Maybe it's a new perfume. Anyhow, I really, really like this. And I know Ali is going to wear this quite a bit because the tobacco is not too heavy in it. Ali does not appreciate very heavy tobacco fragrances. I prefer them. But I know this is the kind, this is right up his alley. So this is going to go into Ali's shelf. And my rating for this, I will give this an 8.5 out of 10. I like it a lot, but it is not wowing me completely. But 8.5, that's a very, very good rating in my books. This is definitely unisex, but it's leaning quite masculine. I probably will not wear this. I would prefer Ali wearing this in daytime, fall, winter, but I think he can pull this off in any season as long as he's indoor. There's no Middle Eastern vibe in this. The projection I would say is around 2 feet and the longevity is around 7 hours. The celebrity I chose for this was Mahershala Ali. I hope I got his name right. You know why? He exudes this warmth, sophistication, depth, and this perfume does that as well. The color perception for this is an amber gold. The temperature I would say is warm and the presence is moderate. Now the last perfume for the day is a masculine fragrance. I'm sure you've been seeing this around the net. This is the Rare Reef by Afnan. And you know I love my rare perfumes, right? So the first one, of course, which I fell in love with was Rare Tiffany, then it was Rare Passion, and alongside there was a Rare Carbon which was for men. So the Tiffany and Passion were meant to be feminine, and the Carbon and the Reef, oh sorry, that's the bottle. You know how it goes, right, with these bottles? This is the least impressive out of all of the bottles. Rare Tiffany bottle was the best, yeah? So I still have Rare Tiffany and the Rare Passion, which is like one of my OG followers will know how much I'm obsessed with those perfumes, yeah? Now this one smells very, very familiar and I was like, dude, that's Pacific Chill. Because I've been like reviewing so many Pacific Chills and so many Imagination and so many afternoon swims, I was like, yeah, I know this perfume now very, very well. This is an aromatic fruity fragrance, and on Fragrantica it's got 3.3. I don't know why. and they have used a designer to create this called Lucas Swezak. Now this has opening of like a burst of citruses, oranges, lemon, grapefruit. It literally smells like a frizzy drink full of these fruits along with some blackcurrant and mint leaves inside. As the frizziness settles down, it starts getting zesty and raw. I'm glad, by the way, that is not really like smelling exactly like the other perfumes, because it is not very realistic. This is because you're smelling the juice along with the rind, along with the oil from the rind, you know, like, you know, the one that squirts in your eye and hurts you. All that mixed together along with that mint as well, which is not too sharp, and it has just the right amount of sweetness to it as well, so it's not too tart. It does smell very ultra refreshing, natural and energetic, but without being too realistic. And now it's changing like super quickly. Now I can smell the apricot in it, which is, did I tell you guys it notes? Top notes: blackcurrant, orange, citron, mint, coriander and grapefruit. Middle notes of apricot, basil, rose and violet leaf. Base notes of fig, dates, ambrette and amberwood. Now the perfume has reached the middle and I can smell like the greenness. I can smell the basil, I can smell the violet leaf. It's there like this soft greenness, but also slightly bitter, like ever so slightly bitter. The fig, by the way, is also adding that greenness. If you know, you know, right? How fig smells like. The apricot is adding that gentle sweetness. It's not overwhelming at all. That's why the perfume is not too sweet and is not losing its breezy character. You know how it was like nice and refreshing? It's still there. The dry down is clean and uncomplicated. With your amber and your dry woods, they've said dates. I can't really smell the dates. Like, it's not dates. Like, the moment you say dates, you know, you feel like it'll be sweet and a little thickly, you know, and this is not. This is very, very airy, like super duper airy. What is impressive is that the perfume, the citruses in the perfume, they stay fresh from the start to the end of the journey. And the perfume does not turn into, like, dry down into a generic musky, woody fragrance. Instead, it stays very crisp and coastal, if I can say so. This definitely is unisex but leans masculine. Again, I would prefer this on a man as opposed to me wearing this. There's no Middle Eastern vibe to this at all. The projection is like 1 to 2 feet. Longevity is like 6 to 7 hours. My rating for this is a 7 out of 10. I like it, but I definitely won't be wearing this, and I don't know how much wear Ali will get from this as well. He might actually wear this, but I know he doesn't like very citrus orange. He likes a lemon, bergamot and to some extent grapefruit, but orange. When orange comes into the picture, he gets a little bit like, you know. The celebrity I thought of was Jacob Elordi, because this is a little youthful. Okay, don't think of that character from Euphoria. Think of him as a human being, yeah? Definitely reminds me of him. If he was on a boat or something, probably would wear a perfume like this. The color perception for this is an icy blue-green, despite of it having a lot of citruses and everything, and it should have gone into a citrus color, but I would rather, because it's smelling very coastal to me. The temperature for this is cool and the presence is moderate. And that, my friends, concludes the haul for the day. I do 5 perfumes every time I do a haul because I don't want to overwhelm myself. And this is something I learned from you guys, because I remember at one point when I started the channel, I used to review like 9 perfumes or 11 perfumes, like depending on how many perfumes were sent to me and I had collected or I had bought. I would just review them all together and I would try to stick to odd numbers, you know. That's still a thing, by the way. So in the next video, I'll have, I think, one more Naeem. I have a lot of new Arabiats, and you guys asked me for that collection, the Marwa, Safa, you know. So those are, oh, Safa, Marwa, oh, okay. Anyhow, I'll let you know about it in the next video. So yeah, I'll probably do that next, and that's 4. I just told you about even and odd numbers. Maybe I'll add one more perfume. No, I'll make one dedicated to, actually it's supposed to have 5 perfumes, but that Dahab or Mahab or something, that one is out of stock and they've not sent that to me. I'm going to request them for it, and if they can send it to me, or if I can personally find it, I'll add that, because I do want that collection to be complete, and also it'll become an odd number. So that's it for today, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.